Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Floodlights Camera Action. From Paul Thomas Anderson to Joachim Anderson. We look to bridge a gap between film and football and tell you exactly what films you should be watching and what ones to avoid. I'm Jack, but the podcast is only as good as its co-hosts every week. I'm being joined by my good friend Veronika to work for the do's and don'ts of film watching. Veronika, how are you?
I'm great.
You're
I
great.
feel great. I've been on a film detox since I came back from Venice, and I've only watched 2 films since that day I came back.
What was the second one? Because obviously we're going to devote this whole episode to the first, to the other one. But what was the film you didn't see in
Well,
cinema? Or
I
you
went
did
to
see in
watch The
cinema?
Roses
Ah,
like
yes.
the day I came back, and that was really good.
We'll get to that in a
So I
future episode
recommend
when
that.
I've
But we'll
when I've
get to
finally
that
watched it.
when you watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So as teased and as titled, it is finally the release of Paul Thomas Anderson's Vineland adaptation, One Battle After Another, formerly called The Battle of Vatican Cross, formerly called Vineland. This is a film I have genuinely been waiting for about 3 years. Um, I remember just kind of seeing it when I probably got into film. Obviously, I did film studies at school, and I've always liked watching films because I'm a human being. But I remember I fully properly got into film in kind of 2022, 2023-ish. And kind of in 2023, I kind of discovered Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm going into last year, finished his filmography, and I always remember this film in the unreleased part of Letterboxd, and just waiting for it. And I was like, hey, is it going to get made? Because it's been 20 years in the making. And we are finally here, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infiniti, Benicio del Toro, and way more. And it's fair to say it was fairly well reviewed before it came out. Just a casual 4.5 average on Letterboxd.
It's the 35th highest rated film on Letterboxd right now, which is crazy.
Absolutely obscene. And like for me, we should say right off the bat, we both gave this film 5 stars because it is fucking brilliant, and we'll talk about why. It's a brilliant film, and for me, is like one of you could argue if it's the best of the decade, but I think it's arguably the most important of the decade. And yet, for me, it's like my third favorite PTA film, which is ridiculous. Um, and there was so much questioning over the marketing campaign and more people see it. And
I'm still
one
waiting for the Fortnite skin, by the way.
it's out, isn't
I
it?
have my V-Bucks ready.
Is it not out?
Oh well, there's no skin. Like I can't buy a Leonardo DiCaprio in his pajamas skin yet. So
Boycott One Battle After Another until they release it on Fortnite. But
yeah,
my favorite, well, not my favorite, one interesting part of the marketing campaign was Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro going on New Heights, which is the Kelsey Brothers podcast, which is traditionally a football podcast, and they get guests on.
if you don't know who that is, he's Taylor Swift's fiance.
Yeah, and the other one is Taylor
His
Swift's
brother.
future brother-in-law,
Yeah.
who is like way more interesting and good to listen to than Travis Kelsey. But they had, which weirdly, they had DiCaprio and Del Toro on, and it was like interesting enough. Like, I listened to it. I know Veronika, despite doing a podcast, doesn't listen to podcasts, which is a bit insane. And it was just really like uncanny listening to Leonardo DiCaprio going, "Hey guys, this is my first podcast," and trying to riff. And like he was like fairly funny, but it just felt so like you shouldn't be doing this. You're Leonardo DiCaprio. You should not be
He's
doing.
too good. He's
Yeah,
too good for that.
Del Toro. Like if Del Toro wasn't there, it would just be mental because DiCaprio isn't a podcast person, and I'm kind of glad he isn't a podcast person because that would make me slightly concerned. And that's all I want to say about the marketing because I think it was interesting to say the least. I'm not really sure where to start with this film.
Can I start really quickly?
Yeah, you can.
Because obviously, like, you definitely love it more than me. Like, I do love it, but like, you're another level, right? This is like Paul Thomas Anderson is like your Yorgos Lanthimos, Like,
He's exactly that. He's exactly that.
He's
Yeah.
exactly that. He's literally the reason you started getting into film, and
Pretty
Yorgos
much.
is my reason
Yeah,
to start
pretty
getting
much.
into film. So it's like the same kind of
I'm a
thing.
film bro. What can I
So
say?
yeah, so he's like your Yorgos, and he's not my Yorgos, obviously, because there's only
Hashtag
one.
not my Yorgos.
Yeah, hashtag not my Yorgos. But like I gave it 5 stars. I did, but I was definitely closer to 4.5 than you were.
Yeah, which is still like a
Like,
ridiculously high score, by the way.
yeah, of course it is. But the only reason that I was even debating like, oh, is it a 5-star film, is just the fact that when critics watched it, they said the most crazy things. Like this is the film of the decade, or like this is the best film of the decade, and like to me, it's not. Like to me, it's not even the best film of the year, just personally,
Are you still Eddington number
because
one? Is
I
it
have
Eddington?
Eddington higher and Testament of Anne Lee, but like
Okay.
no one's really seen that yet. So let's say Eddington.
Yeah.
But that's just because like personal preference. I just like the way Eddington does things.
Can we pause on
Like, I
that
just find
quickly,
it really
actually? Because I
funny.
feel like it would be kind of hard to wrangle it back
I
to
also
that.
think it's stupid comparing them. By the way, people who
Yeah,
compare
I
them are
agree.
stupid. They're so different.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, sure, they're kind of. I mean, the thing is, like, Eddington's set in 2020, and One Battle After Another is set in kind of a. It's never really said, is it? It's kind of
They play Mo
now.
Bamba at the disco, so
Yeah.
I don't know,
They also
2018,
played
2016, I don't know.
what was that film, that song? Is it Shut Up and Dance with Me by like
Yeah, I don't like that song.
but it's like that and like the fireworks in Eddington, like two like the most
No,
appropriate
and the
needle drops.
Tom Grennan needle drop. That's still top for me of the year. Like that is unreal.
I also really like the Soldier Boy. By the way, I should say we will probably enter spoilers in this episode because I
Yeah,
think it'd be stupid not to. The needle drop in One Battle After Another where um Tiana Taylor's character, who's got one of the most insane names of all time, it's like Perfidia Beverly Hills or whatever,
Perfidia Beverly Hills.
where she goes to Sean Penn's hotel room and quote reverse rapes him, and they play Soldier Boy by the Shirlettes, whatever. It's so funny. But no, in terms of Eddington, I totally agree. Like they're not set too far apart. It's only like what 4 or 5 years, but and sure they're both set in modern America in a post-COVID, post-Trump context. But like they're trying to conquer totally different things. Like you
The
can't.
approach from them is so different. Like,
And both good,
how
both
can
really
you
good.
even compare them? They're both really good, but how can you compare them? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's you can't just say, oh well, it's a film about activism in the 2020s in America and go, oh, they're the same film. They're trying to no, they're not. Like, are you even paying? Are you watching the film?
It's like
Let's,
Messi and Ronaldo, you know. Like, you can enjoy both, and they're both doing completely different things. How can you compare them?
and that is this week's Rio Ferdinand tribute. Um, but no, it's definitely one of the most prescient and important films of the decade. Whether it's the best or your favorite, that's totally subjective, in my opinion. And if it's not someone's favorite, it's it's currently my favorite of the year. But I completely see why it's someone's third, fourth, fifth, yada yada yada. But
I also still prefer Magnolia, just in terms of
so do I.
PTA. Like,
So
I
do I.
still think Magnolia is number one.
Yeah, I mean my PTA. Should I quickly do my PTA rankings actually? Just to
And just go through like top 5 quickly.
okay, top five is list up. Top five. Fifth is Boogie Nights. Fourth, Licorice Pizza. Three, One Battle After Another. Two, Magnolia. One, Punch Drunk Love. I think Magnolia and Punch Drunk Love could flip in the future though.
See, to me, like top 3, I haven't watched all of them.
Phantom Thread
But
is
to me,
close.
like Boogie Nights and Magnolia are better than One Battle After Another. I really love Boogie Nights,
Yeah, Boogie Nights. The more I
and
think
I
about
need
it,
to
the more
rewatch it.
yeah, that film.
See, I think that's like more generational. Like, I think that is a generational film. To me,
I see where you're coming from. I think it's yeah. I think with Paul Thomas Anderson, there's so many different eras. It's like Taylor Swift, the eras tour of Paul Thomas Anderson, in that like there is such a distinct separation, kind of pre and post. There Will Be Blood, um, where where it's kind of coming back in a circle to us because his previous films have been quite soft and quite slow and quite deliberate, whereas now like the cokehead energy of like
we
Punch
are
Drunk
so
Love,
back.
Magnolia. So yeah, you can take your inherent
The
vice
coke heads
slowness
are back.
and shove it up your ass. Weed is out, coke is in. But yeah, no, but yeah, as with any Paul Thomas Anderson film, technically this film is just astounding. I mean, the cinematography is ridiculous.
The road scene.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
one of the best I've ever seen at a cinema.
yeah,
It's unreal.
the moment where she's so in the scene, she keeps looking back to try and see the car chasing her, and you're kind of thinking, "Oh shit, where's Leo? Where is he?" And then the moment where you see him come around the corner,
Oh,
I
mate.
locked in so
Chase
much.
Infinity's acting now is so good.
It's a really. I remember like when I was watching the film, I was like, oh, "Yeah, she's good." But then when the film finished, I was like, "Oh, oh right, okay." It's kind of you need to sit with it because it's not the most obvious acting. Whereas like Sean Penn is like phenomenal. Like should win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I
That's quite
agree.
an obvious performance. Like there's not much subtlety to it.
Hers has so much nuance that you only appreciate it once you see the full package.
Yeah,
You
and
know. once you
Well, I
look at
saw
it
saw Sean
outwards.
Penn's full package as well quite early, which was I remember watching that and I was like, where is this film going? Is this going to be like? Oh yeah. Anyway,
It was not
um,
what you'd expect at
no,
all, I
but
think.
on the road scene, like I remember people talking about it, like before the film fully came out, and they're like, oh, there's this scene with the road and the car chase, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. I was like, oh, was the camera just going up and down? But when you watch it, I felt sick. Like I got motion sickness at one point because of the way the camera was undulating and kind of going off the edge of the road, and it felt like a roller coaster. You saw it. You want to talk about your viewing experience, where you saw it, and what format you saw it?
Yeah. Well, I went after work. I was really tired actually, and I also had to wait like an hour. I just sat in a coffee shop, like writing some notes
It's a tough life,
about
isn't it?
things.
Sitting in a
Yeah, it's
coffee
tough.
shop in
Like I
London
had to wait a whole
watching.
hour.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and then I went to the Odeon Lux in Leicester Square, which it was like a preview screening, I guess, and it
We-
was
Yeah, no,
the
definitely. Well, it's sort yeah. I mean, it came out before the film came
yeah for
out,
the
so
UK it was a preview screening. And it was the Vista Vision format, which I think there's only 4 cinemas globally
three, I
that
think it is.
I thought it was 4. Okay, never mind.
Isn't it?
It's a really small
LA,
amount.
New York, London.
Maybe.
There's
Maybe, I
not
don't know.
many. Is the
But
point?
apparently the LA ones have not been going too well, so I'm quite
Yeah.
lucky that the
Did
London one was
you
great.
see that one in LA? The I don't know it broke whatever. You just see that apparently Paul Thomas Anderson and DiCaprio and Chase Infiniti just came out and like fought fires.
Yeah.
I think I could accept. But yeah, I mean that's the benefits of seeing it on dual laser, right? Like it still looked brilliant. Obviously not quite as fully brilliant. But there was no risk of the fucking film exploding.
Yeah, but I went to the Vista Vision screening, which like it is incredible. It just is. Like
What's
it's
different
so
about
worth
it?
going.
What's different about it? Just sell it to me.
I don't know everything. I don't fucking. I don't know the fucking
It's like a whole
technicalities
new.
of cameras and formats. All I know is like whatever Ryan Coogler was saying when he was trying to market Sinners as 70mm IMAX or whatever. I don't know about
It's
this
just
division. It
like
just looks good.
I like how like essentially all those videos boil down to it's just better. It's like oh
Yeah, it
cool.
just
Yeah.
is. It just is. You just don't get it.
This
You
is
just
this
don't get it
this
unless
is
you're
a
there.
this is a 21-minute video. I'm just going to say it's better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. But yeah. So before the film started, actually, if you're going to that cinema, by the way, it was my first time there. If you're sitting on the balcony, you have to be in like the first 3 rows because if you're not going to see anything. Like the setup is actually not very good
I
in
don't
terms of
like
viewing experience.
I don't trust cinemas that are built like theaters. I don't.
Yeah,
They
it's
creep me out.
the Royal Festival Hall, like for LFF, is similar. Like you have to be in the front row or two on the balcony, otherwise you're fucked. And at the bottom of it, if you're towards the back half, you're also fucked. You just don't see anything.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
it's
you
like
to View
it's not really a
Portsmouth
cinema.
for not doing that.
Yeah, but anyway, I was in the third row, so I was fine. Luckily. And then before the film starts, it was like half an hour of instead of trailers, there was like this guy playing an organ or organs. How do you say it? An organ?
Organ.
Is it an organ?
Yeah.
Sounds weird. All right. Anyway, he's playing the organ, and he like rises up from the floor with the organ, like playing music from films. I don't really recognize.
It
any
was
of the
Johnny
songs, I'm not gonna lie.
Greenwood.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
It
I don't
probably
know,
wasn't.
maybe.
It probably wasn't. I don't
Probably
think
wasn't.
Johnny's. I think Johnny's probably got too much on his hands right now.
Yeah, and then so he was playing for like half an hour before the film. I was getting a bit annoyed. I'm not gonna lie, because I just wanted to watch the film. And then after
I want to
that, he
see
just
a Dacia Sandero advert while I say popcorn. Shut up.
yeah, no, I actually do. And then after half an hour, he just slowly like goes down into the floor again. It was very strange. And then they started the film, like opened the curtains, everything.
That's the kind of
Very weird.
that's the kind of mood you want to be put in for a film like this. Talking
I
of
don't
music,
know. I didn't
talk,
like it.
talking of music, the score. Jesus.
It was loud as fuck, but it was good.
Yeah, I've never seen Ivory's tickled in such a way. I do think like Johnny Greenwood, whatever you think of him as a person, his scores are like ridiculous and like, so varied as well. Like, you've not seen it yet, but Phantom Thread, for example, is so different to this. Like Phantom Thread is like this soaring, searing, beautiful, haunting melody, and you know these again, it's piano, it's violin, whatever, but it's very different to the kind of jangliness of One Battle After Another, which is I think in pretty much every single scene, there's this kind of at first kind of nonsensical tapping on piano keys, but blends into this mania that really kind of stresses you out and puts you in a mood. And then to complement that, you have some like brilliant needle drops that we spoke about. American Girl at the end is great. Soldier Boy's great. Mobamba is great. Interesting. Shut Up and Dance. There's just so much to like. And I think he'll probably win the Oscar. I think this film's probably going to win quite a lot of Oscars. Um, Although what will happen is it'll win the ones it probably shouldn't win, and then like Sean Penn will be snubbed for Best Supporting Actor because that's just the way these things go.
I actually think he's the most likely to get nominated and win
Yeah,
because of other reasons.
I mean, he is a psychopath. Like I will say, Sean Penn is absolutely a psychopath. But I did find it quite funny when people call him a conservative. Like he isn't. He's like the most liberal guy. He's just like he's like a serial killer level of liberal. It's really funny. And looks like he's been dragged through a hedge in every single photo you see of him. But
Yeah,
his
but like I mean, he's an actor who everyone knows, and I feel like
yeah, it's Sean Penn.
people
Like it's
who
Sean Penn.
vote, yeah, like when people are voting, like the way the Academy votes is like he's an old white guy who everyone knows. He'll definitely get
Yeah,
nominated,
you've
or
either got to be
at least.
you've either got to be an old white guy or like a really fresh upstart. They're like, oh, we could give a narrative here. Like Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney, congratulations on your Oscar nomination. I've not seen Christie. Not many people have seen Christie. But it's the most obvious Oscar nomination of all time because let's face it, it's good for the Oscars if she's nominated. It gets young eyes on it. Uh, will she win? Hopefully not.
No.
But you know, who's to say? Who's to say? Other performances, DiCaprio.
Can I before you go to DiCaprio, can I just talk about like one bad thing?
One bad thing after
Well,
another,
something
or just
that
one bad
I
thing.
didn't really like. I guess I get it. I get it because it would have made the film really fucking long. But Regina Hall is in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, like it's just like I thought she was gonna have a bigger part than that, and I was a bit disappointed because she's so great whenever she is on screen.
yeah.
Like especially that bathroom scene, and
I
I
think
just missed her.
it's probably one of those things where like I I totally could have gone for long. I could have sat in like another 30, 40 minutes of that film easily without blinking. Um, and I think there's certain characters that you definitely would have seen. I think the studio probably mandated that the film is under 3 hours. 'Cause, it's just
Yeah.
it's a one road, which is a shame, but whatever. But yeah, Regina Hall, I would have loved to see more of her, like, especially in like the first act. I did actually I quite like that there wasn't much Leo in the first act, and you kind of spent most of it
Hmm.
with Tiana Taylor and um,
Tiana Taylor is so good.
yeah,
Like,
and
oh my god, I would
Lana
have
Heim with her awful hair. I love Lana Heim,
honestly
but
like I was so impressed by Tiana Taylor in this film, and I've heard people say she was in a film called 1001 before this, and apparently her performance in that is also really fucking good. So I might watch that
yeah,
at some
I
point.
wasn't familiar with her to be honest going into this.
Yeah, I haven't seen her act before,
She's really good
but
though. She's
she
like
is so good to the point
she
where like when they were just talking about her, just mentioning her character later on, I was like, oh, can we just see her again? Can she just come
yeah.
back, please? Like I miss her, you know.
Yeah, I thought she did really well. Like she was funny, she was sexy, which is really important. She carried big emotions quite subtly, which I liked. Um,
She was
yeah,
such like she was a complicated character, and like the things that she did that maybe you wouldn't agree with, you still kind of rooted for her, you know.
or at least
And
you felt,
that's kind of
or at
hard
least
to
you felt
do.
sympathy. Like
Yeah,
the inciting incident and kind of what flipped her character. You can totally like the pressure that was on her. That she's by the way, that her character put on herself. Like this was her burden, but
yeah.
ultimately she kind of cracked under it, and then her life just gets completely ruined through her own fault. You still feel sympathy and interest in that character, and then it all kind of goes to shit from there. But
You just don't forget her throughout the film. Even when she's gone, you still feel like she's either in
her presence is
Chase and
always
Finney's
felt.
character, or like you're just kind of thinking about her pretty much.
Yeah, they
Like
did it with
even when she's not there.
so Paul Thomas Anderson has adapted two Thomas Pynchon novels. This one obviously being Vineland, the first one being Inherent Vice. And there's a character in that called Shasta Faye Hepworth, who is the main character's love interest. And she's in the film fairly sparingly. She's in it at the beginning quite a bit, and then well, in the beginning a little bit, and then at the end a little bit. But there's a bit of narration. But there's always her presence is always felt through the main character, and you always know he's thinking of her, and that's really impressive. And it's similar to is it Perfidia Beverly Hills, which is like that's not her name in the book.
Yeah,
That is one of the most incredible names someone has
that
ever come
is,
up with.
yeah.
I saw a tweet and it was like, "That's the best name since Yves Saint Laurent." Is that,
Yeah.
that that's really good. But no, her Chase Infinity and Regina Hall are all really good, like superb, and that is going to be that category of best supporting actress. I feel bad for Warner Bros that they're going to have to pick two and push them because obviously you got
I don't think
Haley,
they'll push Regina Hall because she
no,
just
neither do
wasn't
I,
in it
but
enough.
they've also got like people in Sinners and other
I don't think
films.
Sinners gets acting nominations at all.
I No, they'll push Michael B. Jordan. He won't get nominated, but
I don't.
they'll they'll
Okay.
push Michael B. Jordan. But they've just got a lot of good actors on their hands.
Mm.
On DiCaprio though, just circle back. I think this is maybe his best three performance run in his entire career. I mean, starting with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which in my opinion is Tarantino's best film and Leo's best performance. Then you got Killers of the Flower Moon, which he was brilliant in. I think if Cillian Murphy doesn't win for Oppenheimer, I think Leo's got a fair shout. And then you got One Battle After Another, which is just like he's so funny and so sympathetic, and I think that's what Leo does best is comedy. I think dramatically, dramatically, most of the time it's good, but sometimes it can be a bit over the top and whatever. But I think comedy, like he just plays pathetic so well, and for such a big star to play pathetic as well as he does, I think is massively impressive. Um, there is one actor though that I want to talk about who had a really small part in the film, but I loved him, and it's Tony Goldwyn who played the member of the was it the Christmas
The Christmas
Adventurers?
Adventurers, yeah.
Christmas Adventures, who's basically tasked with hunting down Sean Penn and Chase Infinity. And I just think he's so good. Like there's a line where like completely deadpan, he goes, "No more pussy." And then there's another couple of lines where he just delivers these really funny deadpan lines, and then he's just completely psychotic in another scene. And I thought he was just really, really, really good. Um, but yeah, I think this is just such a great film. Like it's such a crowd pleaser. It's so well paced. Benicio del Toro, I forgot to mention, is really good as well. And
His
it's
little dance for the police.
his
I
little
love
jig.
it.
Like it's such a complex film, and I also really like that. I saw a tweet and I didn't realize it at the time, but Leonardo DiCaprio's character, if you take him out of the film, not much changes at all, apart from he won't be there to give Willa a hug at the end. And I think that's really good. And I think it just speaks to, you know, it can be really, you can fall into trouble writing a script where the main character has to be central to everything at all times and have fingers in pies and everything has to link around him, which it does, he's the main character. But also, it speaks to the strength of Chase Infinity's character who gets herself out of trouble at such a young age and gets through these really tough moments. Um, and yeah, I'm just so happy this film was really good because I've been waiting for it for a long time, and I was always going to love it, but I didn't necessarily know if I'd love it to this degree. And by the time the film was done, I mean, one little thing I will say, there's a moment at the end where Sean Penn's character is talking about his experience with Perfidia Beverly Hills, and the character he's talking to refers to her as a semen demon, which is one of the funniest lines in the entire film. And at that time, I took a swig of water and nearly choked to death, to which the guy next to me started laughing at me maniacally. And it's just such a like a ballsy approach to the third act, where you kind of I would have assumed the film would have ended after Leo and Willa kind of met back up and they hugged or whatever. But then it kind of is just like, there's almost like an epilogue where you wrap up Sean Penn's character because spoiler, it wasn't dead, and then you see uh, Willa and Bob back at home, kind of falling into where they're comfortable and where they're happy and where they can support each other. And Willa is continuing the activism. And I just think it's such a brilliant ending. One of Paul Thomas Anderson's best endings. I mean, all of his films have good endings, which is why it's so hard to rank them. Um, but yeah, I'm just over the moon with it. And any final thoughts from you before
Yeah.
we
So I
go
want
on?
to say a few things. First of all, I think Leo's best performance is Wolf of Wall Street. and I don't care how basic that is because I
No,
just think it is.
it's definitely top 3 for me. Definitely.
I think it's top. But no. I also want to say, like you said about Leo, if he was removed, you kind of wouldn't notice it, I guess. But
No, sorry,
I,
just to clarify, not that I wouldn't notice it, but
but it'll still work.
no, my point is that his character has no bearing on the outcome of Willa's character because
See,
she
I
would have got away
thought
safely anyway.
right, but in my opinion, like the relationship between father and daughter in this film is like one of the most important parts. Like maybe it's just a personal thing.
No,
They
sorry,
actually
no,
made me almost tear up at the end. Like I think their
absolutely,
relationship was so good.
absolutely. That's not what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is that his actions to try and get Willa back had no bearing on Willa being safe. She would have been safe anyway because she would have
Sure.
stopped the car, he would have crashed, she would have shot him, and then she would have been fine. Like, but what's really important is that the only real action that had a bearing on her outcome was the hug at the end to make her feel safe and loved
Mm,
and protected.
I
It's
see what
kind
you're
of
saying. I
yeah.
just thought you meant like if he wasn't there, nothing would be
No,
different. Like,
no,
what
no,
do you
absolutely,
mean?
absolutely not. The comparison I saw was made was the first Indiana Jones film, where regardless if Indiana Jones was there or not, the Nazis would have died.
Right.
Um, and no, no, their relationship is so pivotal to the film, and they don't have loads of screen time together, which is
Mm,
really, really
crazy.
impressive. So yeah, no, carry on.
No, I just want to quickly say a few things about Sean Penn because
It's so funny.
his
It's so
his
good.
his character acting is like unreal. Like there's so many little things, like when he puts his comb all the
Yeah,
way across his mouth to make it wet and then uses it to comb his hair.
and the walk.
Unreal. That was disgusting.
Yeah, the
I
walk, and
hated
when
that.
and when he
The
bites his
walk.
lip,
Oh god,
it's
the
so
walk, like
creepy.
it's the walk is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Like he could just not be saying anything and just walk across the screen and
yeah.
people just start laughing. It's so good.
It's
His hair,
it's
fucking hell.
when he bumps into when he stalks Bob to the shop. He goes, "What's your daughter's name?" It's like Charlene. Is that a black name? He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I love him." He's like his line
He's
delivery
just
is
so
so good.
he's just so weird. Like he's such a weirdo.
And when he's
Like
watching her through the
he's actually a
binoculars,
crazy guy, but
so
I
evil and so
yeah,
pathetic
he's
and
so
so
evil
funny.
and pathetic, but it's so funny.
Do you know what the line that really made me laugh was
What?
when Willa is talking about his shirt and
Oh
and
my
it,
god, yeah,
and
that's so
she
good.
goes to him like, bear in mind, like, she could die any second, and she goes to him, "Why's your shirt so tight?" And he goes, "I'm not gay, if that's what you mean." It's like just the fragility of his masculinity
So
and
funny.
his racism and just this most despicable, pathetic person. It's like, fuck, that is so good, and I was
But they
surprised.
make him look so pathetic. Like
Yeah,
that is just
which Eddington does
it's
really
such a
well
good
as well.
choice. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the things that both of them do really well
make
is make
racists
those
look
people look so
pathetic
fucking pathetic.
and silly. Actually, I forgot to mention back in the score and stuff, the sound design's really good. Like
Yeah.
for a director who hasn't directed action before, like I knew a lot of the gunshots were coming. Like when Alana Haim's character is leaving the store, you know she's going to get shot, and it still made me jump. Which I thought
Let
was
him make a new Mission Impossible film, Tom Cruise, please.
yeah. I mean, I'd like to see
Please.
Paul Thomas Anderson can do anything. Like, I'd like to see him direct horror. I'd like to see him direct another action film, a musical. He could definitely do it. Like he's just like the best. He's definitely in that category anyway, of just directors who just like can do
And he's
basically
still so
anything.
young.
Yeah, I saw one is like he's 30 and director years. That's not how it works. But any other thoughts? Because I keep cutting you off.
Um I mean, you can cut me off. Like this is your child, pretty much. This film, so
Yeah,
like, you can go on and on. But no, I just think I'm just trying to think of like what performance that I enjoy the most. I mean, Sean Penn is just such an obvious, like you think about that when you leave the film.
there
But
was
then I think a few days after, I was like, you know what, Leo is actually really fucking
there was
good.
one really small performance that I loved, and I can't remember the character name. It might have
But I
been
also still miss Tiana Taylor
it
the
might
whole
have been
film.
a
I thought
guy
she was
called
more.
D.W. Moffat who played. I think his name's Bill Desmond. That might be him, and he was like Sean Penn's the other like officer who was
Okay.
interrogating people. And he was like
Oh
so
yeah,
menacing. I've never
he
seen
was
him
good.
before.
When he was like interrogating the kids at the school
Yeah,
dance, it was like, what the fuck?
and
This guy is
also
crazy.
the guy who's doing like the pirate radio stuff. He was
Mm.
like cracking jokes, are you? Be cracking jokes when where's your sister live? How's your sister doing? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then he obviously interrogates Regina Hall's character at the end. I just think like Paul Thomas Anderson, like whatever you think of him, he is an actor's director. Actors love it. He gets the best out of
Mm-hmm.
actors, big, small, doesn't matter how much screen time you have. And I think this film speaks to it. Like even at the Christmas Adventurers Club, like the four guys,
Mm-hmm.
I'd only really heard of Tony Goldwyn before. I'd not really heard of any of the others, and they're just like so pathetic and despicable, and their performances are pitched perfectly between comedy. Like this is a really really funny film. It's one of the funniest films of the year in my opinion. It's up there with
Mm-hmm.
The Naked Gun and I mean Eddington was pretty funny as well to be honest. Like
Yeah. Eddington was funny.
it's just
And
yeah.
The Roses, but you haven't watched it.
No, not yet. I need to. The only like big releases this year I've missed so far are like The Roses and Caught Stealing, and I will get around
Same.
to
I
them by
haven't
the end
watched
of the
Caught
year.
Stealing. We should
Which
do that in the next episode then,
yeah, good idea.
because we both will have time to watch it. Maybe.
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed. But no, I think my final thoughts are just that this film is brilliant, and like if you think it's the best film of the decade or not, or of the year, it's kind of irrelevant. Like this is a really good film, minimum. Like minimum,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be entertained. It don't be put off by the runtime. It flies by. I could have gone for even more, but I am slightly biased in that. Yeah,
No, you're right.
go support this film. This is it's a film worth supporting. It's absolutely brilliant. It's funny. It's action packed and very well acted. And I think that's me. Anything else from you?
No, let's move on to your quiz.
Well, we have got a little quiz that because it's very TikTokable. This quiz is called One Battle After Another or One Other Weird Pynchon Character Name After Another. Thomas Pynchon is an author who's I've read half of two of his books, currently on second half of The Crying of Block 49. He is a very interesting writer. One of the most interesting things is the names he comes up with are often ridiculous or, silly or weird. And I put together 7 names. These are names that are either from One Battle After Another or a Thomas Pynchon novel. And you just need to tell me if it's a character from One Battle After Another or a Pynchon novel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this seems easy. So let's see.
Well, if it's easy, get 7 out of 7. That's, no pressure.
Okay.
Number 1, Jungle Pussy.
I mean, that's one bottle after another. I remember her on the
Bank.
table
Yeah.
bit at the bank. Like, she was really good actually in that scene. I thought.
Yeah, I thought I'd start you
Yeah,
off
I
easy.
definitely remember that.
Zoid Wheeler.
That's a Pynchon novel.
Correct. It is the main character from Vineland, the book is adapted from. Oedipa Mass.
One bottle after another.
Incorrect. Oedipa Mass
Wow.
is the protagonist from The Crying of Lot 49, which I'm reading right now, and would quite like to see that turned into a film one day because it's very weird. Virgil Throckmorton.
One bottle after another.
Correct. It is the character Tony Goldwyn plays. Sister Rochelle.
One bottle after another. Is it one of the nuns? No.
Yeah, correct. So you got 2 more. Currently gone 4 for 5, which is good. Doc Sportello.
Pynchon novel.
Correct. It is the main character from Inherent Vice. And last but not least, maybe the most complex name yet. Tim Smith.
Pynchon novel.
Incorrect. It is from One Battle After Another. Thought I'd catch you up. But I think 5 for 7 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so that's maybe your best quiz performance so far.
I'll take it.
You take it. Well, you don't get a choice. You either take it or leave it. Now, to round this out, and because I need to do some Google search, I'll let you lead with this one. London Film Festival is approaching. We are press accredited. Hopeful for lots of fun stuff, including red carpets, press and industry days, interviews, reviews, and not a lot more actually. That's pretty much all we're doing. What are you looking forward to?
I mean, I need to watch Begonia. I need to see it. I have to. I'll do anything. I'll actually do absolutely anything to be there and watch it. If I go to the press screening, it's at 8 a.m., which is an insane time to watch a Yorgos film.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I also look forward to the screen talk Yorgos is doing because I'm going to that as well. Like I've heard him speak before at Q&As and stuff, but just an hour of him talking is going to be a lot of fun.
I get really bad FOMO of
And
that Tom Cruise one they did earlier in the year.
yeah, in
Imagine
terms of
that.
other films, I no other choice. I'm so excited to see.
Is that the
And one more,
Park Chan-wook?
yeah, Park Chan-wook, yeah. The one that got like insane reviews from Venice.
Yeah, currently holding it
Um,
8.1 on IMDb, 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
yeah, and then
100% on Rotten
in terms
Tomatoes.
of one more film that I really, really, really am excited to watch, it's. I think I'm gonna go with If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Yeah, that's on my
I've
list
had
as
so
well.
much praise for Rose,
Burn.
whatever,
I'm going with you.
Byrne's performance. And I know ASAP Rocky's in it as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
This
So
is
I'm excited to see him again on screen.
2025 is the year of ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
He was quite good in
Um,
Highest to
Highest
Lowest.
to Lowest, yeah.
Well, he wasn't like amazing, but he was like, better than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Obviously, we've
Those are the
also
three.
applied for red carpet access to certain films, which won't get all of them, but hope to get some of them. Some big names we're hopeful to talk to. So it's interesting for me because obviously I'm not London based. I'm based in old sunny old Gosport, and I work 8 till 3 Monday to Friday. So I can't do any of the stuff during the day on the press well, quite a lot of the press screenings actually, it's public screenings, screen talks. But in the evenings, that's when the red carpets will be. So hopefully a few evening trips. But then on the weekends, I'll be coming up on Saturday 11th and Sunday 12th, Saturday 18th, Sunday 19th, all day to watch films. And I'm hopeful to watch, I think Hamnet is the big one for me. It's one I've been waiting for a couple of years now. There is one I've potentially got to make a choice between Sentimental Value and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which is really annoying actually. Quite excited weirdly excited for Saipan, the story about Roy Keane leaving the Ireland national team, which is a film I'm not sure needs to exist, but it does. So that'll be interesting to watch. The new Richard Linklater's film, Nouvelle Vague, is at London Film Festival.
I'm not gonna lie, I've heard that one is not very good.
Yeah,
I
but
think Blue Moon is gonna be the one.
I completely agree. But it's a Linklater film, so I'll watch it
Yeah.
regardless. And I'm not sure how I feel about 100 Nights of Hero. That I think I'm only going because of Charlie XCX, if I'm
It's
honest.
gonna be interesting, let's say that.
Yeah.
And we want to see Charlie XCX again.
The only
on
bit
screen.
of Charlie's acting I've seen is that clip where she goes, "Do you think I want to play boom clap at a fucking college? Are you joking?" And
But I actually think that's good.
so
It's
do
a
I.
comedy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fucking
good.
funny.
If Sean Penn did that in One Battle After Another, you'd be like, yeah, cool. That's good camera
Yeah.
work.
If Sean Penn said that,
Yeah.
Oscar nomination.
Yeah, we are campaigning for Charlie XCX to win a BAFTA for work she did about a year and a half ago. It's a retrospective BAFTA.
She
But
get an FCA Personality of the Year award.
she
She's
lost
gonna have
last
to
year.
settle for that.
She lost last year.
She wasn't nominated, was she? Oh, was she? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, was she actually? Oh, shit.
I think. Well, she didn't win. Sydney Sweeney won Personality of the Year.
But listen, we didn't vote.
No, that was our
the
two public.
people.
I'm actually really excited about the FCAs next year
Yeah,
because it's so stressful to do.
but it's fun.
We do it live, but no. My point is, there's lots to look forward to. There'll be lots of festival coverage on our Medium page, on our TikTok, hopefully, on our podcast, obviously. So it'll be inundated by reviews and interviews and good fun stuff.
And speaking of interviews, I did an interview with one of the programmers of London Film Festival, Isabel Moir, and it's out on our podcast page. It's like a 24-minute interview, and I also wrote up an article about it. So
Perfect for your commute.
That's also quite interesting to
Don't read it if you're driving. Actually, don't read it.
Listen.
If you're driving, listen to it. Do not read it because that would be.
Yeah, don't read and drive.
Yes. Yeah. What's that line in One Battle After Another where Bob goes?
He's like, "I'm really good at drink driving."
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm really good at it. I keep remembering lines from that film. But no, I think we're done. Is that us done?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's one podcast episode after another.
Is that the title?
Yes. I think it has to be, right?
I feel like other people are going to use that.
It is, but I don't give a shit.
Okay.
What are they going to do? Sue us?
No.
No.
Letterboxd hasn't.
Yeah.
We're good.
I also I do quite like in the guest episodes. I try not to get sued, and you just outright go, "What's your top four?" It's like, oh God, let's do 3 or
Well, they
5.
haven't copyrighted the words top 4
True. I mean, yeah.
yet.
Do they have intellectual property over the
Let's
concept?
not even think about
No,
that.
it's not worth
Let's
it.
just end it.
Not worth it. Let's end it. Let's end it right now. This is the last ever episode. And the end of that episode. Hope you enjoyed. Links will be in the description. Make sure you give us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify if you had a good time, as well as follow us. Of course, you never miss an upload. Veronica, a pleasure as always. Can you let people know how, where, why, and what they can get in touch with us?
I haven't done this bit in a long time, so I
Neither have I.
actually don't really know. Floodlightpod@gmail.com is the email. That's probably the most important thing.
You sounded sure of
I
yourself.
want us to get more emails. Like, we get emails, but I want emails from
We
like
get
people who listen. Maybe
the only
that would
people that
be
email
nice.
us are scammers and Ben. And Ben actually hasn't been in touch for
Yeah,
a long
where is
time.
Ben? Where are you?
Ben, did you stop listening? Because that
Oh
would,
no,
I'll be honest, Ben, that is a disgrace. That is an absolute
we
disgrace.
fell off.
We've not heard from Ben since 4th of June, and it just says get
Yeah,
Alfie Whiteman on the
that's a shame.
podcast. That is a shame. We miss you, Ben. We miss you. We'll be back next week, maybe with an email from Ben. But until then, keep watching and keep consuming.